The Leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What today does is effectively turn that precedent on its head. Those who are not in government are deciding the business, and there are inevitable ramifications to that. I work constantly to represent Parliament's voice in government, and today I am genuinely concerned that the decisions we are being obliged to make could result in Parliament being extremely frustrated. It is highly likely that we could be in a position where the preferences of the House simply cannot be achieved. Whatever the House decides needs to be both deliverable and negotiable. And very specifically, the European Union has been clear in all circumstances that changing the withdrawal agreement is simply not an option. This government wants to deliver on the referendum of 2016 in a way that maintains a deep and special partnership with the European Union. Urgent action is needed. Businesses and people cannot be left in limbo any longer. There are two sides to this negotiation, so I repeat that what the House decides needs to be deliverable, it needs to be negotiable, and it also needs to deliver on the referendum. I won't. The Council conclusions agreed last week set out that the withdrawal agreement in all circumstances must be adopted by the United Kingdom. So I would urge colleagues to accept that approving the withdrawal agreement, which is complex and which covers wide-ranging areas from citizens' rights to farming, from overseas territories to security and financial services, has to be the first step. The EU have said that the withdrawal agreement will not be changed, and Parliament needs to accept that before we can look to the future partnership, which is what much of today's debate will focus on. Notwithstanding that no amendments have been selected, in particular, I do hope that should the debate today proceed in accordance with the business of the House motion, it will allow for all motions to be fully considered, rather than just a select few. This would enable Parliament to establish what it does want, rather than what the selection would permit. Mr. Speaker, the Government has consistently said that we do not support the approach the House has taken to remove government control of the order paper, no matter the circumstances. For that reason, we will oppose today's business of the House motion. While it is now up to Parliament to set out next steps in respect of today's business, the Government will continue to call for realism in the debate ahead. Any options considered must be deliverable in negotiations with the European Union. Thank you.